morning, folks, and it's good to be with you all. And if you notice, we don't have four-legged dogs. We have four-legged kitty cats. And it just so happens that the one I'm loving on is black, and here I've got on black pants, so you can't see it.
Yes.
But black with yellow eyes, and Renee has a white one with blue eyes. But, and now here we go.
Tail. Yeah,
yes,
I know.
Mine has no tail. But anyway, I'm Nancy Case, and I host this show. I have a little gift shop called The Red Ribbon. If you need some Halloween stuff, come and see me, because have I got it. I've got headdresses that light up. Oh, really? They're so funny. Yes, yes. And this is Brene Beatty, my co-host, and she is
retired
and gone to the dogs. But today is the cats.
Yes.
And we want to apologize for last week, folks. We are so sorry. We taped on Wednesday afternoon last week because I flew out to New York at 6:30 on Thursday morning, and it just so happened that for some reason the tape didn't work.
Oh.
And so Thursday was a rerun, and we are so sorry about that. But how do you have claws? But we've been assured that we're okay for this one.
Yes.
And if the cat gets down and starts running somewhere, somebody else is going to have to grab her, because in New York,
I know,
going across the street, not paying attention to what I was doing, talking, looking around, there's a hump in the road, I fall. But I catch myself on my knees and on the palms of my hand. But my elbow goes into my sixth rib on my right side.
And it went crack.
And it went crack. And it's
but she didn't know it.
No, it's just not cracked, it's broken. I mean, the x-ray shows, So, yes, that is true. And so I didn't know it till I went to the doctor and got an x-ray. So, and it's on the right side, which is not good because I'm right-handed. So we're just trying to do the best we can, because they don't really treat broken ribs.
Not anymore.
They just tell you.
Used to, they'd bandage you
I
up
know,
and
they don't do that anymore. So I wish y'all could see this cute little thing. She's just adorable. So what we wanted you to know is the shelter has cats.
Lots.
Also.
43. 43.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm glad they all didn't come today, because herding cats is not something I feel like doing this morning. But
it's not easy.
But we always have dogs, so that's why we thought it would be really, really nice to bring cats. That one is absolutely adorable. She's white.
She is.
She's white.
She's 10 weeks old. And
blonde on her.
Yeah, she's got blonde ears.
And blue eyes.
And a blonde tail.
And a full tail.
Yes, she is just adorable.
She's
10 weeks.
And this one has claws. Now, this one has no tail. You can't see that, but it's a bobtail.
And it's 8 weeks old.
Okay, 8 weeks old.
This one is a male, and that one is a female.
All right, and this one is number?
Yours is number 237, and mine is number 243.
And even if we call this one like Midnight or named her, it wouldn't do you any good, because that's not how they do it at the shelter. They do it by the number. So this one's 237, and yes, and it is a he or she?
Yours is female.
Female.
Yes. Mine is 243 and is a male.
Okay, so.
Yes. And they have some Siamese over there. Ooh, yeah, I had a Siamese. They talk to you.
They do talk to you. They do talk to you, and they talk to anybody else too.
Yes.
And they're probably not real good with dogs. Siamese aren't.
Well, depends on the dog.
Yeah, it does.
The dog is submissive, maybe.
That's right. We were just talking before the show started about how when you have dogs and cats, a lot of times the cats rule the roost.
Yes.
And in my neighborhood, that's the fact, because we have probably 5 or 6, we call them the traveling dogs. They visit house to house every day about 5 o'clock to eat.
Yeah, every house.
Every house in the neighborhood.
They're well fed.
But next door to me is Doug Berry, and he has a female cat that all of the dogs go way around that female cat. Yeah. And well, where do you think you're going, little fella? Now, I tell you, I'm not putting you down, because we herded cats once before on the show, which is why.
And it didn't work.
No, and then the next time the cats came in, we left you all in crates, and you sang along with JoJo Collins while he was singing. So that was very interesting. So, but we do want you all to know now, do we have a phone number for the shelter?
Well, I'm looking it up.
I don't. In her phone that barks,
yes.
She's looking to see, because
I've got it turned off, though.
The shelter is on Lay Street.
No.
High Street.
High Street, yes.
That's a microphone. Speak into the microphone there, honey.
Okay.
On High Street, and that's like you're going out toward Benton. On,
it's after you go 64, and after you go under the underpass and you start up the hill, it's there on the right, and there's a sign that has it's a blue sign that has a white dog and cat. If you get to the 4-lane, you've gone too far.
Right, and so go down there, and their hours are.
They're open to the public for adoptions 11 to 5 Monday through Friday, and 10 until 2 on Saturdays. But we're having an adoption event this week, and more than likely it'll be at Tractor Supply.
Okay.
You know,
and
we
they're
had the
usually
doggy
from
dip.
10 to 2. How did the
No,
doggy dip
they're-
go?
They canceled it because it stormed.
Oh, no.
We were
You're
just
supposed
so-
to be able to go to the Y and swim with your doggy.
I know, and they canceled it
Oh, but
and-
did you get to have the doggy, the
no,
nothing?
No, because it was storms,
Oh.
and, you know, carrying dogs in metal crates.
Oh,
and,
that's
you
probably
know,
not good.
Not good
No.
at all. So.
Well, I was in New York, ha 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 ha,
Oh,
and it
shut
did
up.
not rain at all.
The
I
weather
mean,
was
so
wonderful?
Weather was wonderful, wonderful.
Oh.
Nice fall weather.
Good, good,
And
good.
it was just really, really good. Look at this cute little thing
know.
peeping around my arm.
Look
Folks,
at this
these are
one.
absolutely adorable.
Yes.
Now we're going to try to find the phone number for you
the
of the
phone
shelter.
number for Cleveland.
Here we
well,
go.
for Cleveland for a no-kill.
Cleveland for a no-kill.
When you go on the website, or actually a Facebook page, and if you see an animal that you like, that somebody goes in every day and takes pictures, and they post them with all the pertinent information, and to put the animals on the safe list so they won't be killed, it's 423-6. Nope. Cancel that.
Cancel.
464-6070. And
Our buddy Mary is not with us today.
As you've noticed.
As you've
and
noticed.
we don't have all the information.
And we're winging, you know,
Yes.
the directions, the location, the phone number. But we do know that Cleveland for a No-Kill has a Facebook page.
Yes.
And they go over there every afternoon and photograph.
Dedicated volunteers.
What's there? They're wonderful
Yes.
volunteers, and they photograph. But the names, you know, they might actually name a little dog on the Facebook
Exactly.
page. That's not how you do it at
No,
the
you
shelter.
do by the
You've
number.
got to know the number. But you can also go to the shelter
Yes.
and visit with them
Yes.
and look at the animals. I can't
I can't anymore.
because I can't afford $50 a dog and wanting 6 or 8 dogs. And so
And-
even though I've got a lot of property, but
Plus,
I can't.
You know, I take the ones they're going to kill that are sick, so I've got all these vet bills that I'm trying
So
to
Renee's
pay
not
off.
going out there anymore.
No.
And so, but anyway,
I look them in the eye and I go, oh, I'll take it. So
well, let's
I
not.
still got 2 that, and after I get my credit card paid off,
You
then
gotta go
I'll
get
get,
some
then
more?
I'll go back.
Okay.
Okay. Animal control number is 423-479-2122.
479-2122.
If you've lost a dog or a cat or something, you can
and
call
folks,
over there.
That's necessary because
Yeah.
I know that some of these dogs that we've had on here
Yes.
sit when you held up little treats and this kind
Yeah.
of thing. Those dogs belong to somebody. They were not strays. And so somebody has lost their dog. So you can actually check over there. But you need to check fast. As soon as you know your dog's gone, you need to check. I've had to go rescue when I had
One of you?
Springers.
Yeah.
Twice I had to go rescue because he
roamed.
just roamed. Yes,
Yeah.
he did. And he didn't want to stay in the house. So
That's another thing we need to say. You need to microchip your dogs.
yes.
Because the first thing they do when they bring an animal in is they check for microchips. So, and if you've got a microchip, keep the information with the company updated. There was one on Facebook that was microchipped and everything. The number was disconnected. You know, it was an old number. So that's not good.
That's not good. That's
Yeah.
not good at all. But we brought these animals in today so that you would know that we also do have cats out at the shelter.
And they have a
whoa,
program.
you thought you were going to get away there, didn't you?
They have what they call the barn cat program.
Yes,
and if you
this
live
is
out
very
in the
interesting.
country and you have a barn, and they don't have to necessarily be feral cats, but for 5, it's free if you'll take 5, and they will spay or neuter them. And I think what they do is while they're asleep, they clip an ear so that they know that they've been spayed or neutered. And then they're wonderful green rodent control.
Yes.
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 And you just have to toss a little food out, and they keep all, yes, aren't you cute? They keep all the rodents down.
And if you're nice to them, they will bring you gifts at your door.
Yeah, well.
The head or the tail of the rodent, just to show you that they're
Or the
working.
whole rodent eviscerated.
Yes,
or
yes, they will.
Still
So
part alive.
just, yes, so that you
Yeah.
will know. Voles.
That they're working, yes.
Yeah, voles, they do that. And so.
So if you have a garden, they're really good too.
And this one is very feisty. He's really wanting to play.
Yeah. This one's just purring. I'm surprised
Well,
you
this
can't
one is,
hear
the
it.
little motor's just running.
Yeah.
Absolutely
you know,
just
another
running.
program that they have, if you know someplace where they have feral cats, feral cats get along really well. They can take care of themselves in the wild, but we don't want them to reproduce.
I was going to say, they reproduce really well,
There's
too.
a program called Trap, Spay, Neuter, and Release. And so they will even, if you can call even Cleveland for a No-Kill or Dixie Day Spay, they will send somebody out to trap the cats. They will take them in, they will spay, neuter, whatever, and then take them out and re-release them where they are. And they do perfectly well, and that way you don't have to kill them. But they won't reproduce, so you won't have thousands. You would not believe the number of kittens and cats that can come from one unspayed female.
So another little lecture that Brene and I usually give, and Mary too.
Spay and neuter.
Spay and neuter
Spay
your
and
animals.
neuter, yes.
We don't care how cute they are.
We're tired of putting up with the puppies and kittens.
And we don't care how
around.
cute your animal is, that they need to reproduce because they are so cute.
Yes.
No, we need to spay and neuter our animals because that's the thing to do.
And if you want your child to experience the miracle of birth, get a video or take them over to the shelter, and they should experience the tragic future of what's going to be with those animals.
It's just spaying and neutering. And we have so many nice veterinarians around here, and especially Dixie Day Spay. Yes. They do it for $50.
The adoption fee over at Animal Control is $50, and that includes spay, neuter, rabies. I'm not sure on what the cats
I don't know
cats.
So
but
don't quote us on cats.
No,
okay, we just
but
everything
they need, plus worming. And then let's see, Appalachian Animal Hospital will do it for that same price. And if you want to take it to your own personal vet, they can bill the city, and that $50 that you paid will go toward the spay neuter, and then you're responsible for the balance. Because you don't take the dog or cat home that day.
No, you do not.
It's not that we don't trust you, but we don't trust you.
That's right, because it needs to be spayed or neutered. So they take it to the vet, either to Dixie Day Spay or Appalachian, and then or to where you want it to go. And then
in Bradley County.
Somebody
wanted one to go some other county. Yeah.
Okay, well, this has been fun.
Yes,
Mary, we miss you this morning.
We do. She's at the beach.
Oh, she's at the beach. Well, this is better weather than we had yesterday. Not sure what today's going to look like. But
me either.
Anyway.
It's raining a lot in Florida, though.
Oh,
the weather.
Okay. Well, good. Maybe she's had the same thing we did yesterday.
Al said it was going to stall.
Stall out. That means, so just remember, we had cats today.
Yes.
And they do have cats at the shelter.
Yes.
Don't go away. We have some two-legged guests to bring in here and talk to you about some interesting things. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Town Americana, where trucks are big and bold, and a handshake is firm, and your word is gold. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens is a $2,000 drive. Maybe you're coming from here or here, doesn't matter. Buying a truck from Don Ledford in Athens will save you at least $2,000 bucks. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens, a $2,000 drive worth making.
I'll take that drive every time.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
St. Mary of Athens, Tennessee Annual Fall Festival, Sunday, September 29th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Authentic ethnic food, homemade cakes and pies. Get your Christmas shopping done with our silent auction. Close to 200 items will be available to bid on. Kids on with inflatables, games, face painting, and goodies. Everyone walks away with a prize. Come out Sunday, September 29th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. and have a great family-filled day at St. Mary, 1291 East Madison Avenue, Athens, Tennessee, or call 423-745-4277. Look us up on Facebook or our web, stmaryathens.org.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
Are you having trouble filing for disability?
Seems no one is concerned about your pain, the waiting, the denials.
While some representatives will meet with you in court, we will meet with you now to discuss your plan. We'll review with you the same file that the judges will see. Call us now. Social Security Law Center at Logan Thompson.
You're entitled to better.
This segment of Tennessee Valley This Morning is brought to you by Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland and 2120 Chapman Road, Chattanooga. For your next new or previously owned vehicle, make it Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, the better way to buy.
And we are back
Yes, we
this
are.
morning, and with us we have
Countless.
Coleman Foss, who is the CEO of Sky Ridge Medical Center, and he's here today to talk to us about the Affordable Health Care Act and tell us everything we need to know, or somewhat.
Well,
Yes.
maybe a sliver.
Okay, a sliver.
Well, as you know, or you may not know, it starts open enrollment October 1st. There's a lot of questions out there, and I'm not going to even pretend to tell you that I know everything about it, but I probably do know more than the average bear, but it's still very
Complex.
It is complex. It is complex. And, you know, a little background on it.
Anything the government does is complex.
It is. And it's so complex that even the government's going, maybe we're not quite ready to pull the trigger on this. But regardless, where we stand right now today, given that healthcare costs have continued to escalate over the years, and health insurance costs have continued to go up, and there's a large segment of the population out there, including in Tennessee, that may be working but just doesn't have access to health care. And some of those folks aren't working, you know, for whatever reason. They may have temporarily gotten out of a job. So there's no question there's a huge need in this country for better health care accessibility, I guess is the best way to put it. So where are we today? Well, the Obama Care Plan, as it's often referred to as, but it's got several names that it's referred to. The Affordable Care Act is the actual name. Actually, the real name is the I forget, it's PPACA, but it's basically the Affordable Care Act.
Well, that's why people call it Obamacare. It's
Yeah.
a whole lot easier to call it Obamacare than any of these other names.
Government loves acronyms.
Right.
But my understanding is this, the open enrollment starts October 1st. We in Tennessee did not choose to do the state expansion for Medicaid. So what does that mean? Well, it means that we're going to go through the federal exchange, and that may be another name that people are hearing is the marketplace exchange for health insurance. All of those things are synonymous. They all mean the same thing. But long story short, October 1st, people can start enrolling in it. And actually, everyone's going to have to enroll in it if they're a legal citizen in the United States.
What about if you have Medicare?
If you have Medicare, you're under those are the other 2 points.
Okay.
If you are at 100% of the income levels for the guidelines, for federal guidelines of poverty, or you're a Medicare recipient now, then you do not have to enroll. However, I will say this: a lot of the supplemental plans, a lot of retiree plans are being dropped, and so they're going to have to go out and get supplemental insurance for their Medicare. People who are on TennCare right now will still be covered, but people who are under Cover Tennessee, which don't hold me to these numbers, but I think that's people between 100% and maybe 160% of the federal poverty guidelines. State of Tennessee has covered them through Cover Tennessee, where they pay a little bit. That program goes away as of January 1st.
Whoa.
All of this is to say this. The enrollment starts October 1 and goes through the end of March. And I think this year is the only year where they're going to have that length of an open enrollment. It'll drop back down to about 60, maybe 90 days. I don't know that they've really firmed that up. But the point is, starting October 1, you can start enrolling, and it all kicks in January 1st. After that, if you enroll, after January 1st, if you enroll the first 15 days of the month, say January 1st to January 15th, then your enrollment would start February 1. If you enroll the second half of a month, then it won't actually start until March 1, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So if you're in the second half of the month,
there's a delay.
There is a delay, because there's quite a bit of paperwork, as you would imagine, that goes along with this. All of this is designed, supposedly, to to lower healthcare costs and to increase accessibility, which as I said, there's a lot of reasons for us to do that and try and work through it. I know there's a lot of frustration by employers out there. I know there's a lot of frustration by people out there. And frankly, from a provider standpoint, from the hospitals and the physicians, there's a lot of uncertainty and corresponding frustration. I would love to sit here and tell you that it's all going to be fine, it's all going to work out, but I don't know. And unfortunately,
there's going to be glitches.
There's going to be glitches, and I will tell you, we have already seen unintended consequences with how this rolls out. But the point is, what we're trying to do from the hospital's standpoint is get the word out that you have to enroll if you're if you're below the age of 65 and you're not currently enrolled in TennCare, you have to enroll. Now, what the government is pushing, and probably makes the most sense, is if you are with an employer that's 50 people or more, and your employer offers health insurance, you're probably better off staying with that insurance plan. You're probably going to have lower premiums because, for example, at the hospital, a lot of businesses, the businesses pick up a certain percentage of what the cost is. So there's some benefits, and usually the coverage is probably going to be a little bit more comprehensive, although there are several different plans under this Affordable Care Act, and I'll get into that in a second. But really, if you're employed somewhere and you have access through an employer health insurance, you're probably better off staying with that. Those individuals who are at a business that's 50 people or less, or they have no insurance at all, or they're not working somewhere, then they're going to have to buy into it. And it's, it can be expensive because there's a platinum plan, a gold plan, a silver plan, and a bronze plan. And it's just as you would think. The higher the plan you have, the more expensive it's going to be. Now, the more comprehensive your coverage is going to be, because this thing covers. It's a pretty rich program. If you remember back several years ago, TennCare lopped off a lot of people that were enrolled in the state of Tennessee because it was a pretty rich plan. And that may wind up happening with this. They may come back and say it's too expensive, but it covers outpatient, covers inpatient, covers ER, covers maternal and newborn, covers alcohol abuse counseling, drug addiction, you name it. It covers a lot of different things. I shouldn't say you name it, but it's a pretty broad spectrum in terms of what it covers. So it's going to be an expensive plan.
Even the bronze?
Well, it various different levels.
Yeah.
It's going to be just like probably most insurance. You're going to, if you pay less, you're probably not going to have access to as broad a plan, and you may not have access, as we were talking a little bit off screen earlier. You may only get generic drugs on the bronze plan, and you may be able to have access to more drugs with the platinum plan. But all of that is probably going to be worked out and rolled out. As a matter of fact, I was just talking to a member of Congress earlier today, and he was saying that the president may very well say, hey, we need to push this back because we're just not quite ready to roll this out. It all depends. As y'all know, literally, Senator Cruz was up there reading from Green Eggs.
Yes, I heard him do that yesterday. I thought, what is this man doing? And then I realized what he was doing.
I think he was just filibustering because I think there is a sense in Washington we're not quite ready. And frankly, I think both sides of the aisle have reservations about, are we ready to this is a major monument. And I've been doing healthcare since the late 80s, and this is probably the biggest, most significant change I've seen.
Well, this is the 26th. So
that's
we're going to have to go.
Somebody
has to make a decision between now and October.
Well,
1st.
Congress is apparently in session today, tomorrow and Saturday, or Friday and Saturday, and there may be something that comes out over the weekend. My prediction, though, is there's not going to be any pushback. I know there has been some employer-mandated pushbacks. There may be some enrollment that still go ahead and starts October 1st, and then they may say the plan won't actually start maybe till March or second quarter of next year or something. But it's coming. And I know a lot of people go, I hate Obamacare, I hate the whole thing. That ship has sailed. It's sort of like Medicare. You may or may not have liked it, and I don't know how many people were voting in 1965 that are still carrying, but once that ship sailed, it sailed, and that's where we are. And the Supreme Court has ruled it's constitutional, and it's going forward. So, our major goal right now, like I said, from a provider standpoint and a hospital standpoint, is get the word out, make sure that people know that they've got access points. They can call the hospital, and I'll give you a number for that. But the main thing is there's a website called healthcare.gov, G-O-V, and healthcare is one word. And people need to get on there. There are buttons. You go to Tennessee. As I said, Tennessee did not choose to do a state-run exchange, so it all goes to the federal level, but I'm assuming that there are different ways to walk people through it. But it's imperative, because if you don't have insurance going forward, it's going to become a whole lot more difficult to get care. I mean, right now, if somebody shows up, as you know, to the emergency room, we're going to treat them. And even if it's not an emergency situation, we're going to treat them. But all those rules may change for a lot of people in a lot of hospitals. So.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. They're mandating this, but then how do you mandate that Joe Smith on the street has to have health insurance?
It's going to be difficult, and I really don't know how they plan to enforce it and police it.
Car insurance.
Well, yeah, but how many people drive
There's
without
a lot of people. Yeah, about 20% of the people don't have car insurance. So it's going to be tough to manage and tough to enforce if people aren't doing it. And it's probably a little bit easier if somebody's employed, but you know, there's a large segment of the population that's going to have to get into it. And candidly, it's not cheap. I mean, you know, some of these people who are not employed, how the government really expects them to wake up tomorrow and say, oh gosh, suddenly I've got a windfall and I can buy insurance. It doesn't make sense. It's going to be difficult. But I'm sure we'll work through it and we'll figure out different ways. And you know, the hospital, we're there. We're going to be there. We've been there. We're going to be there. We're going to take care of folks. But obviously, we'd like to get paid for what we do.
Well, yes.
So you can continue to do it.
Yeah, right, exactly.
And
so
so
we
you
keep
can
the
pay
doors
your
open.
bills. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I jokingly say this, myself included, I don't often have staff come into my office and go, you know, I know reimbursement's gotten really bad this year and I'm willing to work for free. I mean, we are the volunteer state, but it just doesn't really carry over to the workforce.
No, that's right, not going to happen.
So it's
we got to pay our bills too.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a situation where there is money available for insurance, and we want people to be able to tap into that. And since it's mandated now, we'll all work through the process. Like you said, it's going to be some glitches and there's going to be some change and some dynamics that we have to work through. But we're available. Let me give you the number that we have. Yeah. It's obviously 423-559-6781, and that's to the hospital. We've got people going through training, learning the whole process of the enrollment, which is the key point right now. The state of Tennessee has designated 2 agencies to be what they call navigators, who will help people through the process with the clinical issues. Once it gets up and running in January, they're going through quite a bit of training. So there are some positives that I think can come of this, and some people who have, like I said, have been working hard, have been trying to make ends meet, who've not had access to health insurance, should have access to it. And so from that perspective, I think it's good. But you know, the unfortunate part is there's still a lot of unknown.
And affordable. That's the thing. Yeah. Now, even though it's the affordable's in the title, you know,
well, it is supposed to be more affordable than your traditional plans. You know, I often get asked the question, well, okay, so they're offering this, it's affordable to a segment of the population, but somebody's got to be making that money up somewhere else. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you can kind of figure out where the insurance companies are going to do, and we're seeing people with higher deductibles and higher co-pays, and we're certainly getting reimbursed less. We've seen a pretty dramatic shift in terms of who's available to come into the hospital for admission, who gets qualified for certain diagnostic tests, and frankly, what we get paid has changed a lot. But you know, we're hoping that as time marches forward, that those things will get ironed out.
Okay, now, where does everybody in mass show up somewhere October the 1st and sign up for this?
On their computer is where they show up. You sign up through healthcare.gov. There may be some agencies that eventually wind up being local sites where people can sign up, but it's a web-based thing. Now my understanding is there are going to be some forms available, and we might be able to get those out to physician offices and have them at the hospital and so forth, that people can fill out those forms and then fax them in if they don't have access to a computer. But I will tell you, far and above, the best way to do it is if you can find somebody who does have a computer, get online, healthcare.gov, sign up that way. And like
a public library.
Yeah, they probably
have computers.
Yesterday I had the radio on in the car, and someone said that in Ray County they were telling everybody that they had to be at the health department. Now this isn't Bradley County, okay? Health department October 1st and fill out forms for this. And I thought,
oh dear heaven.
That's a lot of folks.
That's an awfully lot of folks. A lot of folks.
And the health department may very well be helping out. I probably should have checked into that before I came in. But you know, and Eloise is very sharp over there, and I'm sure that she will be able to help and work people through. And we'll do what we can. Like I said, we've got assistance that's gone through a certain amount of training already on this. So we'll all work through it together. We'll figure it out, and we'll
give us that phone number again.
It is obviously area code 423-559-6781.
And that's at Sky Ridge, folks, and they have people on staff to help you out with the Affordable Health Care Act. Coleman, thank you so much for being on with us today.
Thank you for allowing me to come on. And you know what? I may want to come back and talk more about it as it progresses.
That would be wonderful. That would be great. That would be wonderful because I think there's going to be a lot of people going, I don't understand. I don't understand. And I'm going to stay with the, I know I'm going to stay with the insurance I've got. Andy Williams, we're okay. But but I know there are people. So.
I have Social Security.
Good girl. Okay. So, Coleman, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Don't go away because we mentioned the library just a minute ago as a place to go and get online to do this. So Andy Hunt's going to tell us a little bit about the library and maybe mention that. So we'll be right back. Don't go away. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Really do appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Town Americana, where trucks are big and bold, and a handshake is firm, and your word is gold. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens is a $2,000 drive. Maybe you're coming from here or here, doesn't matter. Buying a truck from Don Ledford in Athens will save you at least $2,000 bucks. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens, a $2,000 drive worth making.
I'll take that drive every time.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
St. Mary of Athens, Tennessee Annual Fall Festival, Sunday, September 29th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Authentic ethnic food, homemade cakes and pies. Get your Christmas shopping done with our silent auction. Close to 200 items will be available to bid on. Kids on with inflatables, games, face painting, and goodies. Everyone walks away with a prize. Come out Sunday, September 29th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. and have a great family-filled day at St. Mary, 1291 East Madison Avenue, Athens, Tennessee, or call 423-745-4277. Look us up on Facebook or our web, stmaryathens.tn.org.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
Are you having trouble filing for disability?
Seems no one is concerned about your pain, the waiting, the denials.
While some representatives will meet with you in court, we will meet with you now to discuss your plan. We'll review with you the same file that the judges will see. Call us now, Social Security Law Center at Logan Thompson.
You're entitled to better.
This segment of Tennessee Valley This Morning is brought to you by Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland and 2120 Chapman Road, Chattanooga. For your next new or previously owned vehicle, make it Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, the better way to buy.
And we are back. We told you we'd be back.
Shuffled
we are
around.
here. We're going to talk about the Cleveland Public Library, which is a wonderful asset of Cleveland-Bradley County. And we have with us, Bernay called him the Grand Poobah. We have the director of the library, Andy Hunt, and then we have the children's librarian, Keisha Parks, with us. What I wanted them to do when I invited Andy on, I said, y'all need to tell us, because school's back in session, things have changed. Things are happening. The summer programs that we had that we talked about earlier in the summer about come on over and try these, you may still be doing those, but now we've got back to school things. So just start us off, Andy, and tell us what's happening.
Well, again, we had a great summer, between...
Yes, because you dug for everything.
Absolutely. That's true. And between what we did in the children's room and the adult programs that happened this summer, we had a lot of participation. We were happy about that. And a lot of different things are beginning to happen, especially this fall. And some of the new things that have happened at the library, we have a new website. And I'm happy to say that. Our other one was falling apart, but until we could get the new one up and running, it was our only alternative.
Yes.
So anytime we tried to make a change to it, it would fall apart further. But we have a new website up. It's not the finished product, but at least it's we can update it and change things and add new things to it. But you'll see further changes as we go along. But you have links to the calendar again and you can sort of separate it between children's programs and general adult programs or tween programs or teen programs. So there's different ways you can search even that and customize your view in that. There's also there are links to our databases and the ebooks, and there will be further development in those areas. And our card catalog I think it's a little more accessible through this website. There's a search box right at the very top of the website, and then there's a link you should easily find for the card catalog. So that's a new thing.
What's that address?
It's www.clevelandlibrary.org.
Okay.
Okay, we can remember that.
Yes, we remember the .orgs a whole lot better. Now let me ask you this, because I just got off of a trip with some ladies, and everybody had their Kindle or their ebook with them, and somebody said, I had to go and buy this, and I said, well, have you talked to the library, because they have ebooks there, so how does that work? If I have a Kindle, can I come download? Is that how this works, or what happens?
You can do that from home. And every device is slightly different. You could probably bring it to the library to do it, but every device is going to be a little different, the process of how you do it. Some of the easier devices, the Amazon, like the Kindle Fire, is relatively easy. Some of the Kindle products, it goes through their Whisper link for the most part. Sometimes you have to transfer a book through their cable, that's USB cable. So, but
y'all have classes
on
how to do that too. See,
on weekly devices.
Yes.
So, like for the end, we do a class monthly about the Amazon products, or Android, about Kindles, and then we also do one on iPads. And then so you sign up call the library, ask at the reference desk for one of those computer classes. I need to figure out how to use these ebooks. There are over 40,000 downloadable ebooks. There are about 40,000 downloadable e-audio books. So, my mind, same thing, why go to Redbox to get a DVD when you can come to the library free?
Absolutely.
And same thing for the ebooks. They're available. That's another thing. This sort of leads right into that. Besides the ebooks, we're trying something new this year as part of our budget, and one of it's called, we're trying to do e-magazines. There's a product called Zinio, Zinio, Z-I-N-I-O, and it's beginning October 1st, so not too long. And you can, we're subscribing to about 45 different magazines, different women's magazines, men's magazines, news magazines, there's one, Us,
they're familiar with Us. Mm-hmm.
So there's about 46 different titles. I think one that I just practiced downloading, I downloaded A Country Living, I downloaded Popular Mechanics, or Popular Science. So, very interesting. Newsweek is available only through digital format. So this is available through this. So I'd encourage you, I think it's going to be a pretty neat addition to our digital products. So check it out. What you need. Library card.
And folks, library cards are free. If you live inside Bradley County, they're free.
That's right.
And they're easy.
Just a minimal charge if you're outside Bradley County. What, $5 for a card?
15. It's
15. I'm sorry, but that's still minimal for everything.
Which is
all you're
about
getting.
What our patrons are, the people who live in per capita expenditure. So that's why we ask people outside the county to pay that too.
That's very good.
A couple more things on my side, and then I'm going to turn it over to Keisha. We brought Keisha on staff about 2 years ago this past August. Mm-hmm. And she has been doing wonderful things for the children's and tween programs and teen programs even beyond. So, but let me just say a couple of more things. Coming in November, one of the things that's going to change for our future, we're changing to a new library system. Right now we've been using Circe Dynex since 2008, about May of 2008. We're switching to a new vendor called Autographics, and there will be the week of Veterans Day. November 11th, we're closed for Veterans Day, but we will also be closed to the public November 12th, 13th, and 14th, which is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And that's when the automation system will switch over from the old system to the new. During that period, we can't check in, we can't check out. So we're sort of in limbo land.
So if somebody has a book that's due during that time?
It won't be due during that time. It'll be forced to be due maybe the Monday or Tuesday after we come back, actually. Yeah. But people will return books, we know, and so we'll get books back in. And we will be there doing other things, and we'll also be trying to train for when the system comes back up live. But we will be open that Friday, so we plan to be back open. So that's a new thing that's going to be happening. I think the card catalog look will have some nice new features that I think our patrons will be very happy about. And so that's one thing. Another thing that's upcoming in October are the Friends of the Library Luncheon.
Yes.
And that's going to take place on Thursday, October 24th. And it'll happen between 10 and 2 p.m. It's going to be at the Country Club. Tickets are going to be $35. And our author for that event will be Jamie Dempsey Watts. And her book is called Moon Over Taylor's Ridge. And she's sort of a local author. I think she lives in Chattanooga area. And so we're looking forward to that. And tickets will be available soon. You know, call the library for more information. We don't have all the particulars yet, but I can tell you that much.
Put it on your calendar.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be in the Merchants.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it's a good time. There's called Merchants Alley. And so it's a good time to get a head start on your Christmas shopping.
Absolutely.
So there's a lot of wonderful vendors, and I always like what Nancy brings. So, I mean, so that's something to keep on your calendar. A couple of other things in October. Our movie for the month for the adult side will be Cheap Detective. Our whole theme this year has been on famous sleuths. And so the last couple of movies we've shown have been Casablanca, and we also showed The Maltese Falcon last night.
Yes, you did.
Or on Tuesday night. But this one is sort of combines, it's a comedic version of it, and it sort of combines elements from Casablanca and also The Maltese Falcon.
That wasn't Don Knotts, was it?
No, I can't remember the particular.
Okay.
I saw it this morning. I can't but I just can't remember. I would just, that's something to put on your calendar. Happens once a month. And the other thing is October 24th, we're having our community cinema documentary. So we're trying to do a documentary series. It happens quarterly, and it's going to be evening of shorts, films, short documentaries. So that will be taking place on the following October 24th. The other movie, the Cheap Detective, will take place on Tuesday, the 22nd.
Okay.
But at this point,
all right, Keisha, tell us what's happening for the children.
We have so many things. We have our weekly programming that happens Tuesdays and Fridays for our preschoolers, and that's ages 3 to 5. At 10:30 in the morning, we do story times for them. And then for our babies on Thursday mornings, we have a baby bookworms that takes place at 10:30 on Thursday mornings. But then we have all kinds of other stuff going on. We've started a Scribblers Club, which is a writing club for ages 9 to 14. And right now we only have girls, but
yes, that's an age where, yes.
I know, but if there are any boys out there who like to write, just come hang out with us. It's on the 4th Thursday of the month at 4:30. We try to have our afternoon programs at around 4:30, right after school, get out before you go in and start hibernating, you know. And so we have a whole list of tween programming. We have our Tween Art Zone, which is on the 4th Wednesday of the month at 4:30. Our Pokemon Club, which is huge.
Pokemon is still around.
I know. It's crazy, but true. Pokemon Club, we have that on third Saturdays, and that's at 11 o'clock. It's on a Saturday. So.
I'd say you have boys participating in that, don't you?
We have a few boys in there, but we have girls too. So that's
good.
Awesome.
Okay.
We have a Lego Club, which is huge. It's just huge. And that's on the 3rd Tuesday of the month at 4:30. And that we usually, we work on a subject for the year, and then the first weekend in November we have a big exhibit of what they've done. This year's subject, sponsored by Dollar General, is literacy. And so they'll have it's based on the book Chicka Chicka Boom Boom, and they'll have a big gigantic coconut tree, and they've been working very hard and done wonderful things. Every alphabet will be represented, and then on the Sunday of that same weekend, of course, we'll have the Star Wars men there too. I know, it's a big weekend. We try to pump it up really, really big. This year, our preschoolers and our teens are participating as well with art and photography. So we're really looking forward to it, and everyone come out. It will be November 2nd, and we will be working very hard to get everything in place so that you'll be able to come in and see what the kids have been doing the whole time. We're excited. Lego is really popular for even the adults.
My child, 45 now, did Lego.
Exactly. Yeah. I know.
And so that's just something that I love watching. I've seen some on television. Y'all had a good article in the Banner, 6 months ago, about the Lego group that was meeting there. So that's now, if anybody wanted to call, do they just call the regular library number to find out about children's activities, or is there a special number they call?
They can. They can call the 472-2163, and we are extension 124.
Okay.
But everything we do is on our website. Everything we do, and our Facebook, and we try to tweet things too. We try to stay socially, with the social media. But yeah, anything you want to know about what's going on is on our calendar. We post it, and now we have, with the new website, we have a slider that goes across, and we try to put all the upcoming things, the big things, on the slider, so it's like right in your face.
How neat. Yeah. Now, if they don't have computers at home, they can still walk in at the library to the reference area and just say, what's happening?
What's happening? And we're like, well, I'm glad you asked.
There you go. Very good. And they are wonderful to work with over there, folks, because I teach a little Sunday school class, and I had to find a book that I wanted to do 2 Christmases ago, The Fourth Wise Man. And I called, and they said, oh, yeah, we've got it. Just let us hunt it. And I said, okay. So they found it for me, and they called me, and they said, we've got it. Come on and get it. So I didn't realize that it was, my mother used to teach a Sunday school class, and she did that. It was just a little, about this thick, and just a little tiny book, but y'all had that. So you have everything.
We try.
And it's wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Tell everybody where you're located, just in case they don't know where this building is.
It is at 795 Church Street, Northeast. We're close to the downtown area. We're sort of sandwiched in between the downtown and Lee University.
And it's
there at the monument.
Beautiful building.
Yes.
Right at the monument. Folks, thank you all so much for being on with us. And I told you, I need to get you on about every 2 months, or you or someone from the library, because there's things happening. Don't go away, folks. We'll be right back with other things that are happening.
Yes.
So, Andy, thank you, and Keisha, so much. We appreciate it. And just
Town Americana, where trucks are big and bold, and a handshake is firm, and your word is gold. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens is a $2,000 drive. Maybe you're coming from here or here, doesn't matter. Buying a truck from Don Ledford in Athens will save you at least $2,000 bucks. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens, a $2,000 drive worth making.
I'll take that drive every time.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
St. Mary of Athens, Tennessee Annual Fall Festival, Sunday, September 29th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Authentic ethnic food, homemade cakes and pies. Get your Christmas shopping done with our silent auction. Close to 200 items will be available to bid on. Kids on with inflatables, games, face painting, and goodies. Everyone walks away with a prize. Come out Sunday, September 29th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. and have a great family-filled day at St. Mary, 1291 East Madison Avenue, Athens, Tennessee, or call 423-745-4277. Look us up on Facebook or our web, stmaryathens.tn.org.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
Are you having trouble filing for disability?
Seems no one is concerned about your pain, the waiting, the denials.
While some representatives will meet with you in court, we will meet with you now to discuss your plan. We'll review with you the same file that the judges will see. Call us now, Social Security Law Center at Logan Thompson.
You're entitled to better.
This segment of Tennessee Valley This Morning is brought to you by Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland and 2120 Chapman Road, Chattanooga. For your next new or previously owned vehicle, make it Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, the better way to buy.
And we are back.
Yes.
We are back.
Busted
and,
again.
Yeah, busted. I mean, we're talking away, having a
Yes.
big time. It's not like we don't see each other more often, but anyway, get out your paper and pencil right now because
Yes.
here we go. On Saturday, October the 12th, coming back because she was so outstanding the
Yes.
first time, Judy Carmichael will be here at Cleveland State at the George R. Johnson Cultural Heritage Center Theater. Doors will open at 6. Tickets are required. And the event starts at 7. Now, she is a nominated jazz pianist. She is a Steinway performer, and it says the musician that critics have referred to as astounding, flawless, and captivating, and she will be here. Now, to get the tickets, you call 473-2341 or email events@clevelandstatecc.edu. And those, you do have to have tickets, but it's a free event. But you still must have your ticket for that event.
There's limited seating.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. I think this is really exciting.
I do
too.
too.
The Foster's Trail and Alpaca Farm are having an open house. And that's going to be Saturday, September 28th from 10 until 5 and Sunday, September 29th from noon until 5. And you can tour the farm and learn about investing if you want to and creating products. And they have a farm store.
They do have a little gift shop. No, I have not. I need to get over there.
I'm getting ready to go to see my granddaughter.
Ah.
And they have the cutest little, you know those hats that they have now that have the little pointy thing and they come down and they have the little things?
That everybody has to have.
Got to go get her one.
Yes, you do.
So for information, it's out on North Lee Highway, 5749 North Lee Highway, and their phone number is 559-9100, or their website is fosterstrailalpacas.com.
And
but that ought to be 20% discount. Even up to 50% off on select items. Got to get out there.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I had to go up to see my doctor in Sweetwater the other day, and going up and coming back. There's the alpacas all out there on North Lee. You can't.
Oh God, they are so cute.
Don't you hate it when people say you can't miss it? But honestly, you can't miss it. There's this field full of alpacas out there.
Yeah.
And there they are. Now, the Common Threads Quilt Club is sponsoring their quilt show, and I'm hoping that I can get someone from there to come on and talk to us about this. It's at the Mount Olive Church of God Family Ministry Center, and that's out on Harrison Pike. And the event is from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Friday and 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday. Food and crafts will be available to buy. I will have a booth there.
Yes.
And if anybody's interested, Cordy Davis at 472-7523 or 715-4033. I'm going to assume that's a cell phone.
Yeah.
Or email Ruth Phillips at ruthcp1935@hotmail.com.
Yes.
It should be a wonderful event.
Oh, it always is.
Yes, and the quilts are phenomenal. Yes.
Oh, they're to die for.
They are. They're works of art.
They are. They really
Absolutely
are.
works of art.
You know, I wish I had the patience to sit and do that.
Well,
I've got a rug that my mother got me when I was pregnant with Kevin, and he's 34.
That's been a few years ago.
To latch hook, and I'm about a third of the way through.
Okay, good for you, girl. Okay.
Okay, everyone is invited to sing with Salvation Army Community Choir and be a part of the worship celebration at the Peerless Road Church on October the 3rd from 6 to 9 p.m. Okay, for more information about practice schedules or the event, call Roxanne Corbett, and her phone number is 423-331-3780. Or I bet you could, if you don't get that, you could call the church and they could probably give you information. That sounds like fun.
Made to Crave. If you all haven't seen Ruthie Forgy.
Oh, yes.
Well, you won't know her because she has lost 155 pounds.
That's a whole person.
That's right. So at the YMCA, every Tuesday from 9 to 10:30 until October the 29th, classes for ages 16 and up will be led by Ruthie, and she will tell you how to lose that weight. If you have weight you need to lose.
Yes.
I have some I need to lose, but going to New York didn't help because I ate everything that I saw and it was wonderful.
Well, you know, when you're on vacay, I
That's
think
right.
It doesn't have calories.
I think
in
it doesn't.
Nancy.
I think it doesn't. But it was.
Oh, I know.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Fall Festival Frenzy, October 5th and 6th at the Tri-State Exhibition Center. The main area will have a craft show and a flea market. There's no admission charge, and if you want to reserve a spot for the flea market area or the craft show, one day is $15, 2 days is $25, and you can call 476-9310, and of course that's 432. So
that's coming up pretty soon.
It is.
I mean, I keep looking at my watch has a little calendar on the 26th, and so that's when October.
That's not this Saturday, it's the next, Saturday.
Okay.
I will be in Los Angeles.
Aren't you something?
Visiting my granddaughter.
Aren't you something?
Yes.
Okay. All right, what else you got?
Okay, Cleveland State is offering a STEM camp on October the 7th through the 11th, and that is, if you've been under a rock somewhere and haven't been reading the newspaper, it's all about education now. It's science, technology, engineering, and math, and that's what we're supposed to be focusing on to get our kids up with the rest of the world. So it's for 4th and 5th grade students, and it's from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m., and it's October 7th through 11th, so I am assuming that that is fall break.
Oh, probably a good assumption. Yes.
Yes. Sometimes you can assume.
Yes.
Okay, it's hands-on experience, and it's all about science, technology, engineering, math, teamwork, communications, skills in a fun and exciting way. Okay, the cost of the STEM camp is $100, and lunch will be provided. And that is really cheap babysitting.
It is. It is.
It's $20 a day.
Yeah.
Okay, scholarships are available to assist children in attending the camp, and there are only 60, that's 60 seats available. So I would sign up quickly. You can do that at 614-8763 or 614-9793 or by email at adouglas@clevelandstatecc.edu.
And we have pushed it right to the limit, folks. Thank you all so much for being with us today, and we will see you next week.
Go out and make it a good one. I won't.
No,
you
really,
won't either.
I won't either. There will be 2 other hosts on next week, but we already know who the guests are, and it's very exciting, so do not miss it.
And we'll see you in 2 weeks.
That's exactly right.
Yes.